Hey guys, Durs here again, and today we're going to go over something in Luna, new feature that dropped in their version 1.1. It's versioning and bookmarks, and it's something that I'm really excited about, but I'm still figuring out how to use. But I figured, even though I'm still figuring it out, I'd share what my current thoughts are, what I'm currently and how I'm currently planning to use it, and then you can judge for yourself if that makes sense. And in time, maybe I'll come back and tell you I'm using it differently. So let's kick this off. Okay, let's switch into taking a look at the computer itself. And so we can see here I have a session open. The session's actually fairly irrelevant, so let's not go into that. But at the top, we'll see there's a file, and we can click drop down from there, and then we can hit open session versions, which is what this whole feature is about. I'm also going to close this. Another way of opening it is Command Shift 0, and that also opens it. I'm a short key kind of person, so I prefer to use that. So let's take a look at what's in this project. Now, this version came out midway through working on this project, so the version 2 is the first version created because I didn't have versioning before. So essentially the way that I'm thinking about using this is each version is what you would think of it to be, as in I make the version that I'm happy with. I send it to the client. They send me feedback, and then I make changes from there. Okay. And then I'll name them version 2, 3, 4, or version 3.1 because I'm making minor changes, whatever it is. But then within each version, if I had to drop some of these down, there's bookmarks, which are making changes along the way. So you can see here, if I were to click, the first one is the one you create with, which is always your first one. And then little changes that I make along the way, and I add notes to it. And I found this very beneficial. Even if I'm never going to go back, it's still like a log of what I was doing as I was doing it. So let's say this is version 1 and I'm building up a project, and so let's talk about this hypothetically. Let's say I'm doing a mix, right? And the first phase I'm going to do is comping, right? So I get everything the way I want, and I'm in version 1 right out of the gate. The first version it's going to create is essentially your version 1, and since it's auto saving, it's saving as you go. So that first version is kind of being built up to the point in which you will save. So you do all your comping and you label a bookmark. Once you're done with your comping, you just go Command S and you'll create a bookmark, which is your comping step. Then your next one is, say you do your gain staging and your level balancing. So you do that. When you're complete, you do another bookmark called gain staging. Then your next one, let's say you start doing your panning. Okay, you do that, and then you go panning. Then you start adding your compression EQ, and you say, whatever effects, boom, put that down. And you see where I'm going with this, right? So you label it as what feels appropriate to you. Once you're complete with what you feel is version 1, then you're kind of done at that stage, and you send it off to the client. They send you feedback and they say, I want to make some changes. So then you open your session and you create a new version at that moment, and that's your version 2. And as you progress, the whole version, all the bookmarks, is version 2, but each bookmark is just things that happen along the way. So the client says, I want these things to be wide, I want more reverb on this, I want less of bassy tone in my voice. So you do the bassy tone one, create a bookmark within version 2, and that's removing that stuff. So let's go back into the visual of this. So looking at the computer again, let's say when I got the feedback, prep work, which was like some of the stuff that I was setting up, and then it was ad libs and voice. So I was doing small changes. I took notes, add manual panning for ad libs, and added more weight to the voice, and tried to tame the mid-high vocals. And so basically these are the things I did within this bookmark. And the next bookmark are even more things. Widen the sample with RC20, EQ some sample mid. Okay, I'm not gonna read all my notes, but the point being here is that you're kind of keeping track of everything chronologically as it happens within the version. The whole thing is the version, but each one of these are chronological steps that happen leading up to the end of that version's work. So yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. Each version is like a an encapsulation of a bunch of changes that you want to make, and the bookmarks are the steps that took you to get to that finish end of that version. And I like it because it's giving you that level of safety that, what if the client doesn't like something, or there's a state when you first created the version, the initial version created, that lets you know, well, what if you want to get right back to the point in which you created the version before you made any changes? Well, you have a bookmark for that. What if you want to get back to that one bookmark where they asked for that one thing, and you added this one chorus plugin, it sounded good, but then later on you changed, it doesn't sound as good, and what was in that bookmark, you can go back. It's just the safety factor of being able to walk back and forth and check what you're doing. So hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully just the way I'm thinking about it may help you if you're still trying to figure it out. But also put in the comments, let me know what you're thinking of how you would use it, because I want to use that, ideas to help me as well. So anyways, hope you found this beneficial. Peace, y'all. I'm out.